What's up, people? It's your one and only Green Wingman. I want to talk about a lot of breaking news that's been happening. So I've been working a lot, and just a lot of well, I'm not gonna say, yeet. A lot of stuff has happened over the last 24 hours since the first preseason game. So I want to talk about the preseason game real quick. Also want to talk about the blockbuster trade that happened within that short period of time, and I also want to talk about the suspension on Zeke Elliott, 6 games. That's crazy. But first, let me talk about the game. Green Bay Packers game, not great. We lost 9-24, I believe. The first series of the game was good. Carson Wentz looked very, very good, starting to mature as a really top-end quarterback. Well, not top-end, that's a little bit too early to tell. But was really, really good. Really, really well done. There was 2 segments of the game where he was able to slide out from being tackled. Was able to slide to the right to make a really good make a play. And then I think the second time where Clay Matthews was barreling down him, also was able to kind of duck his shoulder, get under him, and make a really good short throw to Mac Hollins, who, by the way, played very, very well in the preseason game for a touchdown. So other people, I don't want to sit again. Mac Hollins played very good in a couple segments in the game. Made some really, really good throws. Also, and and Bryce Treggs also played pretty good. So we saw Bryce Treggs segment for a couple of times. Also played very well in the slot game. So there was a lot of good things happened between the wide receivers. Let's get to the negatives. The offensive line was just not there for the running game. The running game was just basically non-existent. LeGarrette Blount, Donnell Pumphrey. I was a little bit disappointed with Donnell Pumphrey. He was one of the players I was actually looking forward to doing a lot of things well. I think he's going to realize in the league that back in college there was a lot of like a spread defense offense. In this game, he's not going to really get those, so he's not going to get the same open holes that he was seeing in college, and he saw that very, very quickly. The cornerbacks are garbage. It's true. We definitely need some cornerback help, which it's going to be a nice little segue in the next couple of minutes. But we definitely do need some cornerback help. So that wasn't really looking gay. Who was the guy? Trevor. That nasty hit on Simeon, man. Was it Trayvon? I forgot his name. Was it Trayvon? Someone tell me in the comments below. I totally forgot the name. Tell me in the comments below. But it was just a really nasty hit, man, on that Simeon dude. Very vicious hit. I do think it was a legal hit. I mean, just because of how the way it was moving. And man, I think once a guy has a ball in movement and able to make a football move, then it was considered a hit. I know it looked kind of weird because of the way that it was angled, and of course, with kind of like the hit on the head. I'm gonna just lower the window down. It's kind of getting hot. Just because of how it hit and how the head kind of hit. I can see why some people might think it's a little bit of a dirty move because of just how the helmet hit the bottom of the chin and went up, but it was clear that he went forward, and it just kind of made that motion of him going up. But anyway, it was just a nasty hit. It was just a really nasty hit, and I just hope that player is healthy and is good. I heard he was able to move all of his body parts, so that's a great sign to hear, and best luck to him. But other than that, the corners weren't that great. The corners were horrible, poor technique. Special teams was bad. Usually we've had the best special teams for the last 3 years, so the fact that they gave up a touchdown and Donald Pumphrey kind of misgauged on a kickoff on a punt return really shows that we need a lot of work on that. Which I think is totally going to get corrected, so I'm not really too worried about that. But that being said, I mean it's rookies. It's a work in progress for a lot of them, and hopefully we see a better showing of display against the Buffalo Bills, which leads into the next great segue, because Jordan Matthews, no longer a Philadelphia Eagle, was traded for a cornerback, and I forgot the name of the cornerback. I apologize for that. I'm just kind of walking around for that. For a cornerback, that's big news. moving away, that basically means that they really trust in Nelson Aguilar to be their slot, or maybe they're trusting Matt Collins to be in their slot position to take over. But that's a big news that they, I think the organization looked like, dude, I think they finally said that the cornerback situation isn't going to get any better within these next 3 games with the people that they have, and they figured that, hey, we need to get somebody who's a veteran that can step in and help really, really quickly. That could help compete for hopefully a playoff spot down in January, which kind of also leads into my next segue, was Ezekiel Elliott suspended for 6 games. That is big. That changes the whole dynamic, because originally I had this team slated for maybe 8-8 in terms of win and not making the playoffs. But now the fact that you were missing Ezekiel Elliott for 6 games, that leaves everything kind of wide open, man. That leaves potentially the Eagles could play for a wild card spot, knowing that guy's going to be gone for 6 games. And when in those 6 games, I don't know. I think it's going to be early in the 6 games. It changes the whole dichotomy of this entire NFC East really bigly now, because not having that running game, that stellar monster running game, is going to change the offense a lot. It's going to change the offense a lot. You also have to remember the Dallas Cowboys front 4 is not that good. The corners are also just as bad as maybe the Philadelphia Eagles. And even though the offense is really good, what running back do they have right now in Dallas Cowboys that they can sit down and trust? That they can really trust. I mean, they have some pretty decent running backs still, but Ezekiel Elliott was a true workhorse, a really good workhorse. So that changed a lot. And I think they gave up a couple of offensive linemen that have kind of moved on. So yeah, a lot of things have changed in terms of, again, going back to the game. It's growing pains. Carson Wentz looked good, taking great steps of becoming maybe a top 5 or maybe a top 10 quarterback in the league. Jordan Matthews, no longer a Philadelphia Eagle main guy, gave us from very good production over the last couple of years, but they feel like they feel confident enough that they could either put Matt Collins and Nelson Aguilar in that same slot position, and in exchange they got a cornerback, which is a great trade. I thought we were going to get anybody big until after the end of the preseason, but the Eagles organization said, bleep this, we need to get somebody in that position right now, because we didn't want to sit down and get beat. But that's my take on the game. That's my take on what happened with the Jordan Matthews trade, and that's my take on the Zeke Elliott suspension. So tell me, guys, what you think. Comment in the comments below, like, share, and subscribe. Check out my Facebook page, and also check out my Twitter page. Until then, guys, Philadelphia Nation, stay fly.